Okay, so what up, what up, what up? What's up, everybody? Okay, so I'm streaming from two different channels right now. Hold on, let me put my seatbelt on. I'm leaving a political watch party. And man, hold on, let me pull over and put my seatbelt on so my won't be going off. Hold on for a second. Okay. So I didn't want so I'm streaming from both channels, y'all. I'm streaming from the Woman Spirit podcast and Talk to Me Nice podcast, which Talk to Me Nice is another stream that I have. And I just left from a political watch party for Kevin Kelly in the state of Ohio. And Tamir Rice's mother was there. Now, I've met her several times. I keep telling you guys, if people don't know, my father is an activist, so I attend political meetings a lot of times, but I'm myself not very impressed with politics. And it would be probably because I've been engulfed in it since I was a child. And I have not seen any level of suitable behavior amongst politics. I haven't. So I'm at this political meeting and I'm leaving it now. Goodness gracious, it's dark coming around this alley. But here's the thing. There were black women there advocating for black men, of course, because Tamir Rice was a child. And his mother's pain, I've hugged her several times. I've had the opportunity of hugging Tamir Rice's mother several times. And I always give her heartfelt hugs. I always tell her I love her. I always tell her I understand her pain because that I do. But I'm going to tell you something. There was another woman that spoke there that lost her son, her adult son, not Tamir Rice's mother. And this woman was advocating on the behalf of Tamir Rice's mother. And y'all, she wanted the police to give her confirmation on why they killed her son. And I have several videos and audio, and I agree with some of the things that she was saying. I did. Some of the things that she was saying, I agree with. Because for the most part, Black women being righteous individuals and choosing to protect a cause in, I will never judge them for. I will never judge them for doing the right thing. Because when you love somebody and you care about somebody, you're going to automatically want to protect and defend. The problem is Black women are protecting and defending the wrong things. All while Tamir Rice's mother was speaking, me and a white woman was speaking on how much work and tutelage and footwork is putting to support men. And she was like, I just don't like men. I'm like, me either. And I'm like, it's just the muling and the mammying for me. And she was like, exactly. I will never do this. I will listen. Listen. Me and this white woman, why Tamir Rice's mother was speaking, and then she had a friend that was speaking on the behalf of her deceased son that was a adult, not like Tamir, because Tamir was a child. There was another woman there that was speaking about her adult son. And we were in agreement. We were in agreement. Neither one of us could understand why this conversation was being had. And we were not offended, but just over it. Just over it. Not offended though. The media was there, every news channel was there. My dad was there, which is why I was there. And one of my really, really good girlfriends was there. She's in media and radio. And we were both just like, when does the coverage come for Black women? When? When does the advocacy come? Where are all these advocates when it comes to the issues, problems, and causes and concerns? It's the reason why I uploaded a lot of the visual footage, because I wanted you guys to see a glimpse of my day-to-day life. A lot of people think I just showed up here, but I did not. I play dumb a lot because people really don't know my history and the things that I've been involved in. I am really involved in media and conversations around being Black in my community. And this was just another disappointing that I attended. I don't want to continuously hear about Black men and their issues. And I don't want to continuously hear other communities of people, because if you saw where I was, it was primarily white. And they were all crying over the deaths of Black men. They were all crying over the deaths of Black men, y'all. To the point to where I could not even make it home before I spoke to y'all, because I was thinking about y'all the whole time. And I'm like, my audience will be pissed the fuck off if they were here in shit. And if you guys want a glimpse into why I think and feel the way that I do, this is why. That's why I posted it. My father is an activist, so I attend a lot of community events. I'm in the know. This is why I do not allow people on YouTube to tell me what's going on, because they aren't even attending these events. They aren't there. They are not there. And we have these black women there crying and complaining about the deaths and murders of black men. And here I am sitting there chilling with a white woman saying, this is ridiculous and this is preponderous. Why are they doing this? Men do not protect us. It's like I'm sitting here with a whole white woman expressing frustration with even discussing these issues. And yes, there's no disrespect because I do not want people to take it there. There's no disrespect from Tamir Rice's mother because she lost her son. And he was a minor. He was a minor. But the woman that really bothered me was the adult woman that was speaking about the death of her neighbor. Just didn't have the same level of compassion. Didn't have it. I did not have it. And when I tell y'all Tamir Rice's mother barely spoke, and I'll upload the audio of Tamir Rice's mother. I didn't want to exploit her, which is why I did not do that. She barely spoke. She cried and wept, but she barely spoke. Her friend who lost a adult son, and trust me, I did the history. He was a thug. He was a naker. He was an ashtray. She had the most passionate speech you could ever think of. And I'm sitting there looking at mother, and she wasn't saying anything. She was just crying and receiving hugs. She was crying and receiving hugs. Mm. She didn't have a speech, y'all. Tamir Rice's mother did not have a speech. She didn't have a speech. But this woman that was her friend, and I say this with all due respect, but this woman had a mustache. She was crying about her adult son. And I looked him up, and he was a thug, a long-standing criminal history. And listen here. Listen here. But Tamir Rice's mother, son's death was a national tragedy because he was 12 years old. He was 12. He was a child. Didn't do as much proclamation when it came to the issue. But for some reason, y'all, and I'm getting out my car, so y'all gonna have to hear me going in my house and all of that shit. I literally started this live stream straight out of there. But Tamir Rice's mother barely had words. Barely had words. barely had words. She was very emotional, which is, like I said, I've met her a few times. When I met her when her son was murdered initially, she was way more emotional. But my experience with Tamir Rice's mother is that she is just emotional. It's hard, and I understand that it's hard to talk about the death of a child. A Tamir Rice was a child, 12. So, like for me, every time I see her, I don't say too much. I just give her a hug. And that's what I do. And I hugged her today. And every time you hug Tamir Rice's mother, you feel something. You feel something. The hugging of Tamir Rice's mother is it's personal. Um, I don't want to get too deep about it, but it's very personal. Mm. And I have a 12-year old, so it's like hugging her. Um, it's personal. Like I said, it's a emotion of the consequences of birthing Black men. And here they are, not taking any responsibility for the consequences that you feel, but hugging a woman that is an activist now because of the death of her son is it's really personal. It's a connection between two Black women, between two Black women, where you look each other in the eyes and you know the responsibility. And you say nothing. You say nothing because you can't say nothing. Like I said, it's a spirit of no in Black men. And even when they are your sons, as Black women who have birthed them, we look at each other and we just say, I know. We don't say it with words, we say it with feeling. And it is very emotional. because we know. We know that birthing them comes with consequence. And we know that we know their outcome. We know that's what's going to happen. We know that they're going to die. And Black women accept it. So hugging her, and I've had the opportunity to do that. I know what she feels. I know she knows. I know what she knows. I know that she would never state it. And every time I've been blessed enough to be in a political position with her, which has been several times, she says nothing. She just looks me dead in my eyes. And she always tells me, "You get it. You get it." Say that she knows that it's not the right decision, but it's just life. And this is why so many Black women say, don't birth them. Because you take on a level of responsibility that is a burden. It is a burden. It is a burden. And until you have hugged the rights of somebody that is in the you don't know what real hugs is like. You don't know what real hugs is like. Hugging Tamir Rice's mother is like pretty deep, y'all. And I'm trying to, sorry if you hear me going through stuff in my purse. But yeah, hugging his mom is a whole different type of hug. I will be posting footage. I will be posting footage um, of her and the interaction. And I was there with my dad, and it was emotional. It's always emotional when I see her. And This is the responsibility of birthing them. And it's not a responsibility that I think many women want. And the political watch party was very irritating. Very irritating for me. And I was actually, to be honest with you guys, I was actually kind of like irritated by it. Yeah, it was kind of, you know, mm. I know just for everybody listening, I am streaming off several different streams right now. I'm streaming off Facebook, I'm streaming off my backup channel, I'm streaming off. Okay, so let me give names. I'm streaming off the Woman Spirit podcast. I'm streaming off Talk to Me Nice podcast. And I'm also streaming off my Facebook and my Instagram. So I'm streaming from several different streams. So when we talk about giving birth to Black males, this is it. This is it. This is it. This is why Black women don't want to do it. This is why Black women don't want to do it. This is why. This is why. Because they do not want to dwell into the energy of Black men. Um, I don't understand why people come into my comment section asking me what's. Did you not read the title? Did you or did you not read the title? I mean, I'm just asking. And I shouldn't even be asking you. Because if you didn't read the title, why the fuck is you here? Like, a lot of y'all get on my nerve. I ain't gonna even front. Because all the sneak dissing and little fake phony shit, like, miss me with that. You read that title and you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm talking about politics. So it's like, if you don't want to be here, bitch, just don't be here. Like, don't come in here, shake me, and thinking I'm gonna keep it cute because y'all already know I'm not her. Like, I'm not the one that keeps it cute. So stay the fuck out my chat, queen. Bitch, you can't read. Mm. I just came from a whole irritating ass political event. And you coming in here reading a title and don't know what the fuck is going on. Bitch, go somewhere else. Like, I'm not the nice creator. I'm not her. I'm not the one that keeps it professional. I'm not that. I'm not the one that keeps it cute just so you can stay. Bitch, unsubscribe. I'm not her. I'm not the one that keeps it cute just so you can cash at. I am not her. Like, I'm not her. I am me. I am me, authentically and proud. Like, don't ask me shit. You need to learn how to read straight up and down. Because I'm sitting in here talking about how I just left and I wanted to share it a political meeting with a watch party. It was a watch. Tamir Rice's mother was there, and we all kicked shit. But to me, what stood out to the most was like all the caping for black men. It was a lot of caping, a whole lot of caping. So for me, that's what I came up here to talk about. That's pretty much what I came up here to talk about. And I wanted to add to the conversation, which is why I dropped the link. Um, because I wanted to be engaged with the audience and talk to you ladies about it. Okay, so let me address this comment. Let me address this comment. I just literally told y'all where I came from. So, of course, I've been drinking, but let's get into it. Let's get into it. So, to me, this is how I look at this situation. First of all, I just left somewhere. So, I've been out and about. I wanted to engage in the conversation with my subscribers. Um, and I think that's what I've been doing. But I like pointing out my subscribers who are just there. So point out the negative and not join into the conversation. My conversation is about political politics and about how Black women have a very bad way of supporting Black men in all of their political strategic efforts. So that's what I was really talking about. But everybody comes in and tells me what I need to be doing with my channel. And I'm on both channels for a reason. Because I really wanted to talk about this because Tamir Rice's mother was there. No, Nita Boo. I already know, Boo. That's the whole thing. I got a lot of people on my channel that just troll. They don't be here for no good reason. They don't be here to promote the conversation. And one of the primary reasons why I wanted to have the conversation is because I wanted people to come up to talk about where they are, what politics, and because what we were talking about was Kevin Kelly. And Kevin Kelly is somebody that is running for mayor, well, was running for mayor. He lost. He conceded, actually. He conceded, y'all. So Kevin Kelly conceded in the state of Ohio. And I really wanted to talk about that because Kevin Kelly is a Democrat. And if you could see the Black people so like invested in supporting Kevin Kelly, like they were extremely invested in supporting him. And I just did not understand that. When I tell you the level of support that was in this political meeting with all of these white people and these Black people, the white people were there, like literally supporting Black people to be Democrats. And the Black people were there just acting as if it was just like the cat's meow. I could not understand it. I was like, where is this coming from? I was trying to figure it out. I was like, y'all don't understand. I was sitting there the whole time in this political meeting, and I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, like, is this really happening? And they were sitting up there advocating for Black men 100%. Every single Black man that has been, what can I say, like discriminated against or anything in politics was promoted at this political meeting. And Black women were at the heads of it. They were at the heads of it. And I was sitting there just thinking to myself, like, why is everybody here doing this? And the only people that understood was white women. White women. White women, y'all. White women. It was the only women at this meeting I can have a conversation with. I was so shocked and amazed. I was literally just sitting there listening, like, this is getting on my nerve. And I left early. I left early. I couldn't take it. I couldn't even take it. Kevin Kelly. Yeah, Kevin Kelly. Yeah, it was Mayor. It was literally so many. I just couldn't take it. It was black women, it was white women, it was white men. Everybody was advocating for the issues. But this is where I got like really bothered by it. All of the issues that they were advocating for were black male issues. None of the other issues matter. Nothing else. And I said, let me get out of here before I start talking. Because I knew if I would have started talking, it would have distracted. It's almost the equivalency of when I climb up on a panel. Every time I get on a panel and give my opinion, everybody get in an uproar. And so I had to leave. I was like, let me get up out of here. Let me get up out of here. I told my dad, I was like, Dad, I'm gone. He was like, where you going, babe? I said, I'm about to leave, Dad. I'm not about to be sitting up here having these conversations with these blind people. They blind. Blind. And I couldn't do it. Tamir Rice's mother was not even speaking. Yes. I'm happy you saw the short. And I got the goddess Brina. I'm happy you came up here because what people are trying to make it seem like is that I'm just up here rambling. Like I'm up here rambling, like a whole situation did not occur. No, a whole situation occurred, y'all. I'm not up here just rambling. Yes, I just left a function, but I'm not rambling. I can't even believe that all of the issues that was presented was black male issues. All of the issues that was presented, y'all, was black male issues. Every single issue. It was no issue stimulated around the issues of black women. Not one. Not one. Not one. It was not one issue, y'all. They may not yet have mature. It wasn't one issue. And that's what made me leave. Cause I was like, I can't take this. Like, I've moved past this. I'm no longer here. This is no longer my fight. And if anybody has listened to me enough, they know that I tell you guys all the time, my dad is an activist. So I have access to these events. I literally have media passes. I have media passes to get into all types of events. And so I don't have my two youngest. So I was like, even though I don't really attend these type of events anymore, I'ma go just to hang out, just to get out there and see what's going on. Y'all. Mm, y'all. Y'all. Thank you, Ricky Lake. I don't know who you are, but you always go out of your way to tell me you live where I live. So I'm assuming you probably somebody I know. But listen, it's like anybody that lives in the city that I live in, they know me. and they know my dad, and they know my parents, and they know my daughter, because they all in community work. So it's like, y'all, when I tell y'all, I could not even stay in there. I couldn't stay in there. I'm gonna post some more video footage of these white women caping the way that they did. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. Girl, Ricky, you probably was at the same thing I was at today. Ricky, you probably was at the same event I was at today. I had to get up out of there. I couldn't do it no more. I couldn't do it no more. I was like, okay, I ain't feeling this. And I was bothered. I was highly bothered. I'm like, okay, so why aren't we talking about the issues of Black women? The only thing y'all talking about is the issues of Black men. What about the issues of Black women? What about them? Yeah, I wasn't feeling it at all. Exactly. And people don't understand that. Like, y'all don't even know I started this live stream leaving straight from the spot. And I'm telling you, when I say that Black women was not mentioned at all. Make It Happen Manny says, I stay off Lakeshore. Glad I didn't hear of this event. Girl, yes, no. Ricky, your mama was probably there. And I was sitting in this event irritated. Irritated. I was sitting there, I was like, this is irritating. Like, why am I here? Yeah, it was a watch party, Ricky. It was a watch party. The watch party was about Kevin Kelly voting and all that stuff. Murder magic tricks. That's what it was about, voting. And I was not on it. I was there. I was sitting there looking blind, like, what the hell is going on? And that's how I be every time I go to a political event. That's why I stopped going to them when I was deep in my 20s. Deep in my 20s, I stopped going to them. Deep in my 20s. Deep in my 20s, y'all. Let me fix my curtain. Hold on for a second. But yeah, it yeah, y'all. Oh, Ricky Lake. Ricky Lake. I voted. This is what happened. I voted today. And then my dad asked me, he said, "Can you come with me to this event?" I said, "Sure. Why not?" Um, Went to the event. I already knew it was going to be some bull because I typically don't go with my dad to these type of like political events because it's always some stuff I really particularly don't care about, to be honest. Um, but when I got there, I was sitting there chilling, doing my own thing, wasn't really bothered with nobody or nothing. And what ended up happening was when I saw all this was my cue to go. When I saw all the news coverage coming in, I mean everybody was there. 19 Action News, Channel 8, Ricky, everybody was there. And I'm just like, oh Lord, everybody about to be here. So I wanted to leave then. Once I saw all the news coverage coming, that made me want to leave. But I stayed because my dad was looking at me like, don't leave, don't leave. And I'm like, all right, cool, cool, cool. So I stay. I'm kicking it, with people I know and everything like that and having a good old time. And what ended up happening was when Tamir Rice's mother came in, she was cool because she typically is like very quiet. She don't say a whole lot. She don't do a whole lot. She don't, not that she can't, okay? Not that she can't, because she can do whatever she want to do. But she's typically very quiet. She doesn't say a whole lot. She doesn't say a whole lot. Tamir Rice's mom, she really does not say a whole lot. Like if you've had the opportunity to meet her, you'll see that she really does not say a whole lot. She'll just chill. Um, this time she did that as well, but it was a lady that came with her whose son passed away, and she had a whole lot to say about the police and the government and brutality and all of these typical black male talking points. So I was like really irritated with it. And then the thing about it was all the white people around her was like, "Yay, woo, woo!" I'm talking about they was clapping, shouting, happy, and everything. And I was sitting up there just looking like, this can't be the case. This can't be the case. Murder Magic Tricks, I do think that she get paid for events. I'm not sure though. But I mean, why wouldn't she get paid? You know what I'm saying? I ain't judging her for that. Like, why wouldn't she get paid? Why wouldn't she get paid when the whole world has made her child? You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't she get paid? Like, I don't. Yeah, she wasn't doing anything. That's what I'm saying. It was not. You not listening, Murder Magic Tricks. It was not Tamir Rice's mother doing anything. It was the white people in the audience and her friend who lost a adult son, and they were all going ham. Like I'm telling you, it wasn't her. She was just sitting there chilling, and she was crying. She was crying, um, because I'm pretty sure it's emotional for her. But she wasn't saying a word. And every single time I've met her, she has not said a word. She just accepts the hugs and she does her own thing. She don't get involved. She don't say a word. She just be sitting there like, hey, how y'all doing? And that's it. She be crying. She be looking real sad though. She do look real. Like if you ever get the opportunity to meet her, she just look real sad. Really, really sad. But the white people to me is what's aggravating because they be there in a white savior shit. Woohoo! Yes, yes. Y'all should have seen them. Y'all should have seen them. And I don't respect it. I think so, Tanya Bell. I think so. Because every time I've seen Tamir Rice's mother, she looks really sad. Like she'll never look happy. She'll never look happy. Every time I see her, she looks sad. That's just, I mean, that's all I can give y'all is sadness. Sad. Just sad. She'd be like, I'm just showing up. That's what the energy feel like. I'm just showing up. I'm just here. Sadness. And so it makes you feel sad. You know, as a black woman, no matter where we stand when it comes to these black men and birthing black children and all of that stuff, no matter where we stand, when you see the sadness of a black woman that has lost her child because a grown man killed her child, it's just a level of sadness you can't help but to resonate with. And she's sad. She is sad, y'all. She is sad. And I feel bad for her. Nope, they didn't murder Magic Tricks. They didn't. So it's actually like hurtful. Yeah, it's big. Yep, it's big. Yep. Yeah, it's a level of sadness that you don't have, all these talking points. This is what people will never admit to you. A lot of content creators will never admit to you, but I'm real enough to do that. When all of these talking points leave, when you lose a child, there is no talking point. There is no, oh, well, wait a minute, black men. It ain't no talking point when you lose a child. When you lose a child, there is no talking point. There is no talking point. When you lose a child, there is no talking point, y'all. I think we got to get to realizing the human aspect of people outside of just being socially aware. Being socially aware does not always align with people doing things that are permitted to your social awareness. You get what I'm saying? Even though you recognize the reason why people are the way that they are, it doesn't mean that they are going to start operating in the way that they are. And it doesn't mean that you're going to stop loving them. And it's just like everybody don't understand that part. Y'all just online looking for people to be exactly what they say. Exactly. See, Tamir Rice's mother is a mother. She's a mother. We not talking about when you talk about somebody losing a child, you don't really, factor in race and all that other stuff. Even though I was there and I didn't like how I was being projected from the other mother. It wasn't Tamir Rice's mother. It was the other mother. The other mother made it all about her black son. And I just kept looking at her like, can you not just make it a human issue and say that you lost your child as a mother? And then the world can adapt to you from that angle. But see, black women in their male identification, black women and their male identification, they tend to identify their deaths, their son's death, with being black because that's what they've been told their whole life. So every time a black grown man dies, it's because he was black. It's because he was black. And that's the part I don't identify with. But I do understand women losing their children and mourning their children. That is a natural human function. But when I see so many black women jumping on the bandwagon to become advocates because they feel like they black child shouldn't have been shot down, even though their black child was rough and rugged and doing everything. I don't relate to that part. That's the part that throws me off, especially when I know you have a child that has been terrorizing communities. And this woman did have that. Tamir Rice's mother didn't. He was 12 years old. So that's why she was quiet. She was quiet for a reason. But this woman was real loud and real, my son, my son, my son. She was doing all of that. And I was just looking like, girl, because when she said her son's name, I looked him up and I was like, girl, seriously? You doing all this for him? But it's like, I couldn't respect it. Oh, all types of stuff, y'all. And I didn't respect it. That was the reason why I had to leave. That's why I left. I was like, I can't do this. Y'all tripping. And that was pretty much it. And she was the loudest. Tamir Rice, mother, barely spoke words. I got other audio and footage that I can show to y'all that shows you. She was the one speaking, and she said some stuff that made sense here and there. I even agreed with her on some stuff that she said, but it was just like, you still like, you doing the most, man. This should be about Tamir. It should not be about your adult son. That was the part where I didn't agree with her at. Because Tamir Rice's mother was sitting there just crying, and this woman was loud and proud talking about her adult son being murdered by the police. And I'm just sitting there looking like, but Tamir Rice's Tamir Rice's mother is not speaking at all. And her son was 12. Yeah, Murder Magic Tricks, he was grown. He was grown. Tamir Rice was 12 years old, and his mama wasn't talking at all. That's why I had to go. I was like, mm-mm. She literally sat there and just looked. And every time I've seen her, Tamir Rice's mother, that is, that's what she's done. She just sit there. And most people be speaking for her. And she'd just sit there and she'd be crying, she'd be weeping, but she don't speak. I just, y'all, it was too much for me. It was getting real personal. That's why I had to get up out of there. And I wanted to share it with y'all because I was like, man, y'all, it was rough. Because I wanted to, they was passing, listen, y'all, they was passing the mic around. And I wanted to say something so bad. I'm just now starting to introduce my message into salons. I'm going to start there into the world. But if I would have took my message, it would have took away from Tamir Rice's mother's grieving. And as well as that other black woman, even though I didn't agree with her, it would have took away from them. And I know that the truth often does that. When you present the truth, people are like, whoa, wait, no. And then they get in defense mode and they start defending and they start rebuttaling, and then it turns into a whole thing. So I couldn't do that to Tamir Rice's mother. I couldn't do that to her. I had to stay in my lane. But I was annoyed by the conversation. So I left. So I left because I'm not going to do a grieving mother that way. I have a sense of integrity. I'm not going to do her that way. My message is my message, but her time and her advocacy for what she does for her deceased son, should not, I should never feel righteous enough to go up against what she's advocating for her deceased child. I have a channel for that. I have a channel for that. So, I'm not disrespectful in that way. And I wouldn't have been disrespectful even to that other lady that was speaking about her son. I have a channel. And this is why I'm discussing it on my channel. I would never, it was a whole political event. Every news station was there. 19 Action News, 8 News, Channel 5, Channel 3, all of them was there. Because Tamir Rice's mother was there. So I'm not about to, and even though they were passing the mic around, I'm not about to get up there and be disrespectful like that. Hell no. Hell no. I would never do that woman like that. She lost a child. So I would never, no. Yeah, Black and Bougie. I see her often. Yeah. I see her a lot. That's why I say sometimes it's time for people to be hospitable and remove what you think and just show people a little love. Show them a little love, you know? I gave her, she said, every time I see you, you give me the best hugs. That's what she said to me when I saw her. That was her words to me. She said, girl, every time I see you, you give me the best hugs. How your dad doing? I said, he doing fine. That was her words to me. That was the gist of our conversation. Because every time I see her, I hug her hard. And it's like, the thing is, you can't place politics above just raw emotion, you know? Just love, just showing love to somebody. You think I'm going to meet Tamir Rice's mother and get to talking about my issues of Black men? Nah, no. I'm going to give her a hug. She lost a child, and I'm be respectful. Share some words of encouragement and go on. I would do the same thing with anybody, y'all. Anybody. Anybody. And then if the opportunity presents itself and somebody wants to talk about, you know, how I truly feel about things, I will say it. I don't have my ideas and my ideas and my opinion will never change. But the way in which I deal with people, I differentiate because I'm not going to be dealing with people from my perspective all the time because my perspective is just that, mine. It is my perspective, my perspective. But I'm not going to force. It's almost like people, I think a lot of people get confused with the message. It's almost like people forcing their religion on you. You don't get to force your religion on nobody. You can believe what you want. But at the end of the day, people are going to do what they want to do. Is you gonna stop loving them? So when it comes to my opinion, calling black women mammies, calling black women mules, all of that stuff. When I see a black woman in pain from losing her child, you think I'm gonna be sitting up there like, that's what you get? No, my opinion is still my opinion, but it's just mine's. In this moment, she has lost her child. So show some love. People need to get with it. You can't do that. I think people get so passionate, and deeply rooted in personal beliefs and opinions that they literally write people off. And I'm mature enough to know that my thoughts and my opinions are my own. They are my own. They aren't everybody else's. They aren't. So when people give me pushback, I'm gonna give you pushback back too. I'm gonna do that. But I'm not going to alienate you or believe that it will have to be something on your doing. You will have to do that. And more than likely, people do it to me more than I do it to them. Because I'm real comfortable with having my own set of beliefs. But what I've noticed is I rarely bump into people who are as comfortable as me. Very rarely. So it's when I see Tamir Rice's mom, it's just really showing love to her because I know her obstacles and I know that she has fought to overcome and I know that she's continuously having to fight. So, as a woman, I sympathize with that. It's not about my beliefs. And I think it will behoove all of us that are on YouTube to learn how to understand and respect other people's circumstances. Seriously, it's insane how we don't. Everything does not need to be an echo chamber. You believe what you believe. Yeah, y'all might have some dust ups and arguments, but you believe what you believe. You know, it's real simple. But I'm gonna wrap this stream up, guys. I'm sleepy. I just got in. I've been out all day. And I will talk to you guys later. Thank you.